This video, I really want to quickly walk you through your first program. I'll open this up. So we open JGrasp. This is the first program we made in the classroom. I just want to go through it really quick in case there are any questions. And so I'll go to File, New, Java. I get a new file. Now, in class, we talked about reserved words that you can't use. Well, you can use, but they're reserved for certain commands. One of them is the word public. Every Java class starts with the word public class. Then we give the class a name. The name can be anything, so anything really, but it has to be basically all one word, meaning if your title is 2 words, you have to join them. Something like hello world, which is 2 words, would be together. There cannot be any spaces in between the 2 words. And so hello world is what we did in class. I'll give this one just a different name because I already have hello world down here and it would conflict. So I'll give it something like how to print, because really that's what we learned in this first class, how to print. We put the curly braces. Anything that we code has to be inside of the curly braces. So I go back and I do a couple spaces. So how to print. Now, in every class, there's going to be what we call methods. Methods are like functions. A class can have more than one method. Every class in Java, or I should say every program in Java, runs off what we call the main method. And so here, I tab this only for readability purposes, because Java doesn't really care if you write all this program in a one line, just in one line, so long as you maintain the braces. So the braces make a difference. Any white space is ignored, and so we tab for readability, not for functionality. The main method starts always with the word public, so it has to be public. The other option would be private. We're not going to use private yet. Public, static. Once again, I'll try to explain this a little further, or a little more further in the class. So the word static. Void. Void means that this method does not return any values. It's void of a return. And then the name of the method is main. That's the actual name of the method. In parentheses, we give it some arguments or parameters. We'll learn a little bit more about those later. But for the main method, it's always going to be the word string with a capital S, and then square brackets, and then the word args. So this actually always has to be this way. Always. Always, always. You're not going to mess with it. You're not going to change it. This is how it should look. No semicolon on either of lines 3 and 1. Now we press enter, we put curly braces, and anything that I write inside these curly braces between line 4 and line 6, all this code is inside of the main method. The main method is inside the class how to print. And so in this class, all we're going to do is print. We're going to print to the screen. The way we print is we use the command system, which, by the way, is a class. System is a class in a Java library. So we're accessing a class that someone has made. System has a method called .out or out, and then we're also printing. Excuse me, it's actually the method is the print method inside the class system.out. You don't have to worry, concern yourself too much with that just yet. Just understand that if we want to print something, we do it as such. Inside parentheses, within double quotes, we write the string that we want to print. So like, hi, how are you doing today? We close the string with double quotes. The string is what you see in green. We're going to be dealing with different data types, variables, basically, where you can store numeric values that are whole numbers, numeric values that are contain a decimal value, and then a string is a type of variable where you can store text, and a string is always enclosed within double quotes like it is here. And so we're printing the string, hi, how are you doing today? We close the print statement, the print command with parentheses, and we terminate line 5, which is the only command in here, with a semicolon. If you don't, you'll get a compilation error, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So we've done the following. Now if I compile, I haven't saved yet, but if I compile, it's going to actually prompt me to save the file, so I will. Once again, you should make a folder just for the purpose of saving all your work from this class. Notice how the name of the file, howtoprint.java, matches the name of the class, howtoprint, which it should. And so we save and compile all at the same time. Now there's no compilation errors. Notice how the operation is complete. If I take the semicolon off and then compile, you see how it gives you an error. Error, it says error. Semicolon, that's within the single quotes. Semicolon expected, meaning JGrasp is telling you, hey, you forgot to put a semicolon at the end of your line of code here, or your command on line 5, so you need to add the semicolon, and then you compile, and it compiles fine. Another common error is to forget the one of the two double quotes. So if I erase that double quote and then try to compile, you get an error. The computer is confused. It doesn't know exactly what string you want to print, and so we need to put the double quotes there to make sure that it knows that it's printing the string, hey, hi, how are you doing today? There's other print commands. Now let me just compile, make sure we're good. There's other print commands, and you can look them up. We can probably cover them in class to some extent. I'm gonna just write them here. By the way, if you want to write a comment, you do these 2 forward slashes, and then you type here. So the other print command would look something like system.out.print, and then ln, and then you'd put your string inside of the parentheses. ln basically prints, and then it skips a line. We'll see that how it works more in class, and I believe, I'd have to double check, but I believe there's also another one that is a system.out.print f. Now you're more than welcome to look these up and try to understand the difference between them. Just for your reference, in class I'll speak a little bit about them, but here it is. I compile, by the way. You should get no errors. These right here, notice how they've changed color to orange. These are comments. Comments are only for your purpose, for you, the person writing or reading the program. The computer ignores them. So lines 6 and 7 are not thought of as commands. They're just ignored by the computer. They're only comments for basically annotations. If you want to keep notes on your program to remind yourself what a certain line of code does, this is how you do it. You have to include the forward slash. So this is your first program. On the next video, we'll go over a few more things, just increase the complexity.